Hey guys, welcome to the beginner's class, and today we're going to go through some X-guard defense and how to get out of the X-guard once your opponent sets it up, right? So straight off the bat, here Christian has the X-guard on me. We can probably scooch a little bit back. Boom. So, with our, yes. So watch how his legs are a little bit longer than mine, so likely he's going to have a really good time stretching my legs apart like this, right? If Christian was a little bit shorter and he stretched out, then maybe he wouldn't be able to stretch me completely out, and he might have changed for a different kind of situation here. So this is a little bit more like vertical push up, and this one is more horizontal, right? Now for me on the top here, I'm gonna go for a really easy like adjustment here to stop him from stretching me out, right? So now I wanna grab right on top of his toes, right? On the top of the foot. And I want to push down, nice and easy. The reason doing that is that I'm preventing him from stretching me out as much as before. Whether it's on this side or this side, I just want to push it down, okay? So now, let's look on the other side. So here, now I'm going to start to move my foot closer to his hip on this side here, okay? So here, I can kick back. So it's important that I'm not walking all the way forward, as now, if I kick back, he can follow me, right? Probably lose balance and maybe even sweep me, okay? So I'm here, I'm gonna walk tight and then step over, okay? So by moving all the way here, I'm preventing his leg from moving further around because I'm pushing this one to lock it away, right? So by pushing the back of his leg here towards his shin, I'm locking this leg away, and then I can step over, okay? Nice and easy. One more time. So, X-guard here. First, I just want to grab his toes, push down, walk myself a little bit back, and then step over, right? From this position here, it's going to be a scramble, but if I can get a side control or even a knee on belly kind of position, that's perfect, right? Most likely a scramble, but you're out of the trouble, and that's the important part. Oops. Hey guys, so we're gonna go a little bit further here with defending the X-guard, and nice and easy here, what we're looking for. So we talked about it a little bit last week when I was doing it with Luca, and actually we got a good comment about it as well. What does he do once I've gotten this grip? Well, the thing about this grip is I'm really preventing him from doing a lot of things, but what he wants to do mainly now is off balance me so that I have to let go to post on the floor, right? So he's always gonna push me, and I have to do this, and now he's gonna hide this arm and prevent me from catching it again, right? So I know that's what Christian wants to do, but I'm gonna stay low now. So I'm gonna look for this grip, and I'm gonna push his hand into the pit of his hip here, okay? So what I'm doing now is I'm blocking his thigh here a little bit as we go, okay? On the other side here, I can grab the collar. This is a super nice grip, and I'm gonna try to stay low all the time here, okay? Now, a little detail here on the back. So once I'm here, like we did on the first one, I'm gonna try to walk my leg close here, okay? So as I do that, I'm gonna turn my knee and get my foot off. Okay, this is even more effective once he slides this foot down, okay? So that's when I can really time it and get around, okay? I like to go sometimes here where I'm still holding on to this arm, trapping it a little bit, or you could always change for a classical knee on belly kind of situation. So here, I want to go straight away and grab this one, right? Push it down to his hip, and here we go. Grab the collar, stay tight, right? At no point do I want to be leaning and having to post my hands on the floor, right? So by staying down here and low and pulling him a little bit up, now if he tries to push me forward, it's pretty heavy, right? Even more is when he is thinking of sweeping me backwards, there we go. Knee caves in, I put it on the floor almost, and I bring my toes up so I can spin around, okay? So, here, boom, step a little bit back, and here we are. Super nice and easy. I love this one. It's pretty slick, especially if you time it well, right? So the first one we did is a very basic one, but it's not always gonna work, as some people are gonna get more experienced and understand what you're trying to do. And it's not that easy to get this grip on the toes sometimes, but the sleeve, once you have that one, it's pretty powerful. Hey guys, welcome to the beginners class, and today we're gonna do some defense from X guard. So when my opponent is setting up the X guard, how do I deal with it, right? So we're gonna do a really basic way of defending it first, and then we're gonna get a little bit more complicated as we go. So here, straight away, Christian has the X guard here, right? And there's a couple of things that I need to know about the X guard first. And the thing is, he's trying to use his legs to stretch my legs apart, right? And when my base is super wide, my balance is terrible, right? And so what I'm looking to do here is always try to get my legs close together and have a solid base, right? A couple of adjustments he might do, because if he has shorter legs, he might want to have the leg on this side. This will enable him more stretch upwards and give me a vertical lift, whereas this one is more horizontal lift, or stretching me out, right? So first off, I'm gonna stop it by grabbing his toes here, okay? So I wanna push his toes down, and I wanna make sure that I'm pushing it over his shin, or making his leg trap his other shin here and push down, okay? So what I'm trying to do is stop his ability to stretch me out, right? So by posting this down, gives me a little bit of time, and now I can start to move my legs back and stay tight together here, okay? Always keeping my body a little bit low here. I wanna be bending my knees. At no point do I wanna stretch up. Here, it's super easy for him to tilt me forward, or even worse, tilt me back as well, right? So I wanna be low here, and I'm pointing my knees in towards him, okay? So, important detail here, okay? So watch how my foot is gonna go over to this side of his hips, right? If my foot is on this side, he can still stretch me out, okay? And also, if I try to de-hook my leg, he can still follow my leg wherever it goes. Whereas as soon as I'm walking here, I'm making his leg go underneath his knee here, and by pushing down his toes, I'm locking this leg away, okay? So now I'm making it harder for him to stretch my legs, and by doing that, I can now give myself a little bit of time to de-hook my leg, okay? Of course, staying low here all the time, and then I want to step over, right? It's gonna be a little bit of a scramble here, of course, but the best scenario, push the legs away, come down to a side control, or a form of control from top, right? So, looking at the scenario here again, boom, straight away, before he even gets me off balance, right? Because if I'm here already, now it's gonna be a super hard fight for me to come up again. And by the time I'm coming up, he's already changing to sweep me backwards again, right? So now I'm in the trap. So as soon as he sets it up, I'm gonna grab his toes and I'm gonna lock it down, okay? So push down here, walk back, and I can kick over, and here we go. Push the legs away, whether you want to go for a knee on belly, or north-south, or just plain side control. Everything's available there, but it's gonna be a fight, for sure. Okay guys, so we're gonna go a little bit further here, a more advanced, a complicated way of getting out, and it's still the X guard, but this time, let's say it was too difficult to catch the foot here, or it was hiding it too much. There could be some different kind of factors into play, right? And this one I really love Ninogi because it's more explosive and it opens up for some situations afterwards as well, right? So just gonna remove this leg for 2 seconds. So you guys see this leg, right? So it's hooking in front of my hip and his knee is pointing out underneath me, okay? So what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking to bring my arm under and grab his thigh here. So I want to hook his thigh with this arm, and from here I'm kind of like deadlifting and pushing his leg forward, right? So I'm gonna go here, right? Of course, the other leg is here as well. So as I'm going here and I'm pushing it out, see how this one is still hooking behind my leg here, okay? So now I really have to collapse on top of Christian, okay? So there's two ways usually that I can go. One, my foot comes over here and I try to pass on top of his legs. Here, and second one, I come here, boom, I'm fighting to get this leg back behind, okay? So depending on how he's leaning back this way or forward this way or back the other way, that's where my leg kind of goes, right? Of course, you can have one preference and go for that one no matter what, but then you know the alternatives, right? So this one is a little bit of timing, right? Because what you have to realize is as soon as I'm bending over here, my balance is terrible, right? At this point, it's super easy for him to push me forward, okay? So I have to find the timing and my base where my legs are not like this, right? But they're actually tight in the back here, okay? As tight as I can get. So now, if he tries to sweep me forward, I have that timing. So now, I'm on top of his hips. I can throw this leg forward. If I can, look for the underhook here. And into the side control, right? And again, this is a very explosive move. It's not gonna be slow. It's gonna be fast, and you have to be super decisive or you gotta do it like you mean it, right? And the thing is, here, forward, throw yourself on top, in here, in to a good position, right? And of course, it becomes a scramble. You might end up in some different scenario, but as long as you're in a better position and you're not afraid to get swept any longer, then it's still a good thing, right? Thank you guys.